Hello everyone. In our previous class, we have discussed about motion of an object in one dimension under the experience of Earth gravitational force. Okay. Today we are going to discuss about motion of an object in two dimension. Like, just take the recap what we have discussed in a previous class. If any object moves under the experience of gravitational force in one dimension, what does it means? When you throw any object in vertically upward direction with certain velocity v, then object will move in upward direction. It will reach to certain maximum height and after that it will start falling down. So in our previous class, we have derived some mathematical expression about what is the maximum height attained by the body, right? Maximum height attained by the body. What is the time taken by the body to reach from the projected point to this maximum point, that is time of ascent, right? We have calculated what will be the velocity of the object when this object hits the ground, right? So these all quantities we have calculated in our previous class. So same thing we are going to do today, but in two dimension. Two dimension means here object is moving in upward direction. That means object is moving only in a vertically one dimension. Okay, y-axis. Now today what we are going to do, we are going to throw the object at certain angle. Okay, like this. When you throw the object at certain angle with respect to the ground, in this case, object will follow such kind of path. That means in this case, object is moving in horizontal direction also and object is moving upward. That means everywhere just see object is moving in horizontal, object is moving up, horizontal, down. So that means in this case, object is performing motion in two directions, right? One is horizontal, x-axis, one is vertical. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about motion and object in two dimensions under the experience or influence of Earth gravitational force. Okay? And such kind of motion is called it as projectile motion. Okay? So how you can define the projectile motion? Projectile motion, when any object performs the motion under the influence of only Earth gravitational force. Okay, that motion is called it as projectile motion. So the projectile motion is, you can write the definition like this. When an object performs motion under the influence of Earth gravitational force only. Okay, that means the object performs the motion under only one force, that is Earth gravitational force. Okay, so in two dimension motion, projectile motion is represented like this. Draw x-axis, one horizontal line, okay, one y-axis, and throw an object at angle theta from x-axis. Okay, so what will be the path followed by the object? Object will follow some path like this. Okay, so suppose that you have projected one body with initial velocity u at angle theta. Okay, and suppose that this point you have taken the intersection point of x and y axis as origin. So this point is called it as point of projection. Okay, point O is called it as point of projection. Okay, point O. Okay, theta is called it as angle of projection, and u is called it as projected velocity, or you can say velocity of projection. Okay. And if you will throw any object at angle theta from any direction, then the object will follow the path like this. Okay. That means just see, the object is moving here in forward direction and it is attaining some height from the ground. Okay. That means object is moving in horizontal direction also. Object is moving in upward direction also. Right. So there are two directional motion. Okay. Now, now again, what we are going to do, we are going to derive this all the quantities that we have derived for one dimensional motion. Like what is the time taken by the body to reach the maximum height, time of flight, maximum height attained by the body, range of the projectile. So all these points we are going to discuss here. Okay. Now we are going to discuss. First is time of flight. Time of flight. Okay. Second is maximum height attained by the body. Maximum height attained by the body. And C, range of the projectile. Okay. In this time of flight, we'll discuss the two terms. One is called it as time of ascent. Time of ascent. Okay. And second one is time of descent. So one by one, I'll give the definition and we are going to derive the mathematical expression for it. So for derivation of all these quantities, mathematical expression, we are going to use the equation of motion. Like you all have studied the three equation of motion. Like first one is V is equals to U plus AT, right? Second equation of motion is S is equals to UT plus half AT square, right? And third equation of motion, that is V square equals to U square plus 2AS. Okay. So we are going to use only these three equation of motion, but in two different directions, because body is moving in two different directions, X and Y. So we are going to take the these equation of motion in both directions separately. Okay. So let's do it. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to take the velocity component, acceleration component in both the direction, X and Y. So the equation of motion along X axis and Y axis are following like this. Okay. First equation of motion along X axis, we'll write it Vx is equals to Ux plus Ax into T, where Vx is the final velocity along X direction, Ux is the initial velocity along X direction, Ax is the acceleration along the X direction. Sx equals to Ux into T plus half Ax T square. The motion will be Vx is equals to Vx square is equals to Ux square plus 2Ax into S. Similarly, we can write the equation of motion in Y axis like Vy is equals to Uy plus Ay into T. Sy is equals to Uy into T plus half Ay T square, and Vy square is equals to Uy square plus 2Ay into S. Okay, where Vx, Ux and Ax is the velocity and acceleration along X direction, and Vy, Uy and Ay is the velocity along and acceleration along Y direction. So now we are going to find the value of Vx, Uy and Ay. Okay, so this is the diagram of projectile motion, right? When you throw any object, when you have projected any object at angle theta with velocity u from x-axis, okay, try to find the Vy, Uy and Ax and Ay value, okay, acceleration value in x and y direction and velocity value in x and y direction, okay. So when you project the any body at angle theta from x-axis, suppose that with initial velocity u, okay, so what will be the component of u along x-axis? This is u cos theta, right? and component of this initial velocity u along y-axis, it will be u sine theta. Okay, so u cos theta is your ux. Okay, u cos theta is your ux. Okay, and u sine theta is your initial velocity along y direction. Now what is the value of acceleration in x and y direction? So that we have given the definition of the projectile motion, if you remember, that any object performs the motion under the influence of only gravitational force, right? And what is the direction of gravitational force? Always vertically downward. That means this object you have projected, and this object performing the motion under only one force, gravitational force. Okay, and what is the direction of gravitational force? Vertically downward, right? So obviously if the force is acting on this object along vertically downward direction, then obviously this object will have the acceleration only in one direction. In which direction? Vertically downward. Okay, so what will be the acceleration along horizontal direction or along x-axis? That will be 0. Why it will be 0? Because there is no any force acting on the body in horizontal direction. Only one force is acting on this body, that is gravitational force in vertically downward direction. That means along y-axis. So ay you can take it as plus g or minus g depending upon the direction of the motion of the object. Like if the object is moving in upward direction, gravitational force is acting in, like when the object is moving in upward direction and gravitational force is acting in downward direction, right? So here the direction of motion and gravitational force are in opposite direction, right? So with time body velocity will decrease. So it is the case of retardation. So in this case acceleration you will take it minus g, right? And the another case, suppose that if the body is coming down, okay, when the body is coming down like a free fall, okay, and gravitational force is acting in downward direction. So here the direction of motion and direction of force both are in same direction. So with time body velocity will increase. So in this case acceleration you will take it plus g. So that's why I have written it here, the ay as plus g or minus g. Will consider the direction of motion of the object, and according to that will decide the sign of gravitational acceleration, plus g or minus g. Okay, now I hope it's clear to everyone. Okay, so now I'm moving ahead to the next one. We are going to derive the mathematical expression of all these terms: time of flight, time of ascent, descent, maximum height and range. Okay, so first term I'm going to derive, that is time of flight. Okay, so in time of flight we'll discuss the two terms more. That is, first one is time of ascent, okay, and second one is time of descent. Okay, so let's draw the diagram properly for projectile motion and to understand the concept clearly. Okay, okay, so what is time of ascent? Time of ascent is you have projected the body from this point O. Okay, this point is called it as point of projection, right? With initial velocity u at angle theta from x-axis. Okay, so time of ascent is the time taken by the object, to reach its maximum height. Okay, maximum height from where? From point of projection. Okay, so just see here, what is the maximum height? If this point is A, and suppose that this point is O, this point is A, and this point is B. Okay, so can I say The maximum height is this one only, right? Point A, okay? Right? So time taken by the body to reach from point O to point A is called as time of ascent. Now what is time of descent? The time of descent is time taken by the object, time taken by any projectile to reach ground from maximum height. Okay, that means whatever time the projectile or an object will take to reach from this point A to this point B is called it as time of descent. Okay, now what is time of flight? The total time in which body is in air, okay, called as time of flight. So obviously from this point O, ground, you have projected the body, and when the body will come to B, that is the ground point, okay. So from O to A and A to B, the body was in air, okay. So can I say that time of flight is the sum of time of ascent plus time of descent? We are going to derive it also, okay, and we'll prove it by mathematical expression, okay. So now tell me, if you want to calculate the time of ascent, which formula we will use? The first, let's use this first equation of motion. What is this? Vy is equals to uy plus ay into t. I am using in along y direction, okay. So what was the initial velocity along y direction? If you remember, I am writing it here. Along y direction is u sin theta, right? What is the initial velocity along x direction? That is u cos theta. What is the ax? It was 0. And what is ay? It can be plus g or minus g. Okay. So now see, if you want to calculate the value of time of ascent, that means body is moving from point A to A, right? And A is the maximum height. Maximum height means body will not be able to move further in the upward direction, right? That means at this point, the velocity along y direction will become 0. Okay. That means if point A you are telling it is a maximum height, that means the vertical direction velocity of an object or projectile will become 0 at point A. Okay. So initial velocity is along y direction is u sin theta, and final velocity along y direction is 0 at point A. Okay. And body is moving in upward direction, gravitational force is acting in downward direction, so acceleration ay value will take it negative. So just put the value. What is vy? 0. What is uy? U sin theta. And what is ay? Minus g into t. Why minus g? Because body is moving in upward direction and gravitational force is acting in downward direction, right? So direction of force and direction of motion are in opposite direction. So it will be time of ascent. So what will be time of ascent formula? It will be u sin theta upon g. Okay. So in the same way, you can calculate the time of descent value also. Like the projectile will take the same time to reach the ground from this maximum height. Okay. So t and td value will always come same, and it is u sin theta upon g. Okay. So the total time of flight, what you will write it? It's the sum of time of ascent and time of descent. So it will be u sin theta upon g plus u sin theta upon g. It will be 2u sin theta upon g. Okay. Or you can find it directly the value of time of flight, like using the second equation of motion. What is this? Sy is equals to uyt plus half ayt square. Okay, fine. So Sy is the displacement along y direction, Uy is the initial velocity along y direction, and Ay is the acceleration along a y direction. Now you want to calculate the time of flight. Time of flight means the body in which the time in which body is in air. So you have thrown the object from this point, and when the body will reach at this point, so you have to calculate the total time to cover this OAB, right? Okay, so we have projected the body in this direction. When the body will hit the ground, so body will come back to this ground only. So displacement along y direction becomes 0. Okay, displacement along y direction becomes 0. Okay, initial velocity along y direction is u sine theta into t. Okay, f plus half ay. You will take it minus g because body is moving in upward direction into tf square. So it will be u sine theta into tf is equals to half g tf square. This and this get cancelled. So it will be tf will be 2u sine theta upon g. So in this way we can calculate the time of flight formula directly. Now your second term is maximum height attained by the body, right? What is the second term? Maximum height attained by the body, okay, or attained by projectile. So how you will calculate the maximum height? You have projected the body from the point A, and this point A is the maximum height point, right? So you have to calculate what is this height. This height is called it as maximum height, H max. Okay. So again we will use which formula? We'll use the third equation of motion, right? That is Vy square, right, is equals to Uy square plus 2Ay into H max. Okay, 2As. Okay, at the maximum point A, what is the final velocity? 0. Okay, what is the final velocity? Just see, at the maximum point Vy, it is 0. Okay, what is the initial velocity at the maximum? Initial velocity of the projectile along y direction? This is u sine theta. Okay, and projectile is moving in upward direction, so what will be Ay? It will be minus g into H max. Okay, so what will be H max value? It will be u square sine square theta equals to 2g H max. Okay, sorry. So what will be the formula for it? Okay, I'm writing it up now. Okay, it will be u square sine square theta minus 2g H max. Okay, so it will be 2g H max is equals to u square sine square theta. So what will be H max? H max will be u square sine square theta upon 2g. So this is the formula for maximum height attained by the body. So what is range? Range is the horizontal displacement of projectile during its time of flight period. Okay, what is horizontal displacement? Horizontal displacement of projectile. Projectile means the body you have projected. Okay, during its time of flight period. Okay. Okay. That means what is the horizontal displacement? You have projected the body from this point O, right? And finally from the ground, and finally this body hits the ground at point B. That means how much displacement body is having along the x direction? That is this one. Okay. So this is called it as range of the projectile. Okay. The length OB is called it as length of the projectile. So we have to calculate what will be length OB. So along the x direction there is no any force is acting on the body. Okay. So what will be the acceleration along x direction? It will be 0. That we have already written it here. Okay. Here. Okay. So either you can use the simple uniform motion formula, that is distance is equal to speed into time, or we can use the equation of motion also, like Sx is equals to ux into t plus half ax t square. Sx means this OB distance, okay, means range, okay. Ux means, just see what is the ux value, that is u cos theta, okay, u cos theta, and time means time of flight you have to take it, okay. And what is the value of time of flight? Just see here, it is 2u sin theta upon g plus half ax is 0 and t is also, this part will become 0. So r will become, it is u square 2u square sin theta cos theta upon g. So this is the mathematical formula for calculating the range of projectile. So there is one trigonometric identity, that 2 sin theta cos theta, we write it like sin 2 theta. So in another way we write the range as u square, and 2 sin theta and cos theta we write it as sin 2 theta. 2 sin theta and cos theta we write it as together as sin 2 theta upon g. So this is the mathematical formula of range, for calculation of range. Okay. Now there is very important concept here, that you project the body at theta or 90 minus theta, you will get the same value of range. Why it is so? So just see, if you are projecting the body at angle theta, what is the range value? It is u square sin 2 theta upon g. Suppose that if you are projecting the body at angle 90 minus theta, okay, okay, so what will be the range value? Calculate it. So range will be u square sin 2 90 minus theta upon g. Okay, so what you can write? U square sin 180 minus 2 theta upon g. And sin 180 minus theta, again it is sin theta. Okay, so you can write it u square sin 2 theta upon g. So just see, you have projected the body at angle theta. So what was the range? This u square sin 2 theta upon g. And when you have projected the body at angle 90 minus theta, the range, the value we got the same as u square sin 2 theta upon g. Okay. So in today's session we have discussed about three things. First is the time of flight. Second is maximum height attained by the body. And third is range of the projectile. So just I am going to take the quick recap, and I am just going to write the all these three formulas here. Okay. Time of flight is 2u sin theta upon g. Okay. Maximum height formula we got it, u square sin square theta upon 2g. And the third one, the range of the projectile, that we got it, u square sin 2 theta upon g. Okay, so these three formula we have derived today. Okay, thank you.